What's up, guys? It's Brian from Master Hub. It's about 8:47 a.m. March 20th, 2018. We got a trading video coming right to you, plus all these extraneous noises in the background. So I'll apologize first off. But if you guys are new to us, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, upvote, resteam if you guys are steaming a DTube, because we do lots of technical analysis. I think it's pretty good. But don't take my word for it. Take a look at our comments and make your own judgment. But let's get right into it. Last night we were not able to make a video because my computer was giving me tons of problems. So at 1 o'clock in the morning I decided to go to sleep. So here we are at a different computer in the morning at my office. And so what are we looking at here? Okay, so let's just get right into it. We have what we're thinking is this right here was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now we're thinking we're in some sort of corrective wave. And if we look at this from a bullish perspective, this is kind of the small wave 1, a larger wave 1. We have a wave 2. We're gonna have a 3, coming up, 4 and a 5. Okay, now that seems to make a lot of sense. And I'm concentrating primarily on the bullish count right now. Not to say that I'm not also thinking about bearish counts, but definitely kind of 50-50 to say the least. So as far as bullish and bearish is concerned. So, last night I was looking at this right here. Okay, I was looking, well, what's going to happen? And we have kind of this support range right here, right? We have this top to the market right here, which is basically the top of this channel, descending wedge, and the market, I would have thought, would have made some sort of decision to the upside or the downside. If you even look at this a little bit closer on a 30-minute basis, you can almost count like an A, B, C, D, E, like you have an A, B, C, D, E. Okay. And traditionally, as far as Elliott wave theory is concerned, you would have an A, B, C, D, E, would bounce off here, and it would move up. I didn't see that. So I started looking a little bit closer, and what do we have? So I'm looking at, for example, just on an RSI basis, we have a pretty big divergence here, right? So we have this right here. And I hope you guys pick this out yourselves too, because I always talk about having to look for these types of things, but the market was kind of going up, at the very least sideways to up, but RSI keeps on falling down. On balance volume, though, is rising. On balance volume is rising. All right? All right? So, if we see the on balance volume start really getting below this trend line right here, I'd imagine we're going to have the market kind of fall off. Right, because the RSI has been falling off for some time. If the RSI starts peaking above here, then I imagine the market's going to continue to move up. Now, I know everybody's really crazed about trading, right? I mean, obviously that's the whole point of this whole thing. We tend to shy away from trade setups and entries because, I can't be right next to every single person that watches these videos and trade side by side with them and give them all the information I see, minute by minute. The second I close this video and I start processing it and posting it and stuff like that, more information comes in that could basically negate what I say as far as trading is concerned. But if you were to trade this, okay, how I would look at it right now at this very moment is that I would see that there's a ton of resistance right at this range right here, the same range that we had mentioned yesterday, around this 8,500, 8,600 level, okay? You could see that the market tried to continue to get over this 8,600 level. It was only able to do that with some wicks, and then it got heavily rejected by the bears, okay, time and time again. And that's kind of what gave us this small A, B, C, D, E, right? So, I look at it like this. Okay, fine. So there's probably a hidden resistance level somewhere around here. And we're actually going to go ahead and talk about that right now. So there's about a 1 hour hidden support level at about 8,333. And we're going to put that in right now. So that is kind of where I would have my stop loss on the on the buy side. Okay, it's a little bit far away from where I would like it, but let me get into this a little bit more. Okay, I would like to see, okay, from this is a bit more of a conservative approach. Okay, I'm going to go with a conservative approach and the non-conservative approach. Conservative approach would say, let this shoot through, let it go as high as it wants to. All right, then let it come back down. All right, make sure you can kind of count your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then let it come back down again. Right, and when it comes back down, you then try to purchase it. All right, and if there's no other better supports than this 8,333, then you use the 8,333, right? And the reason why you go about doing that is because, think about it. Let's say we do get a big wave up here, and we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And then we can count kind of an ABC coming down, and you try to buy it somewhere in that C leg, right? Then what we're kind of confirming at the same time that we truly do have a 1 wave here, a 2 wave here, and we're making a 3rd wave up. And what is the most aggressive wave in Elliott wave theory? It's the 3rd wave. And what's the most aggressive wave, with even more of aggressive wave within the 3rd wave? It's the 3rd wave of the 3rd wave. So if we were to go ahead and do it like I mentioned, we would be trying to get in from the beginning of the 2nd wave. So you would get the 2nd wave of the 3rd wave. Does that make sense? You'd get the 2nd wave of the larger 3rd wave. You'd be trying to getting into the hold on a sec. You'd be getting into the you'd be getting in at the bottom of the 2nd wave, which is the beginning of the 3rd wave of the 3rd wave. Okay, that makes sense? Hope so. So we're getting into the 3rd wave of the 3rd wave. Okay, so yeah, next. What's going on as far as 4-hour support's concerned? 4-hour supports, we're going to call it about 8,009. Okay, remember we had this 4-hour resistance level in here? Well, now we're going to call this support, 8,009. All right. So that's what's going on the bullish side. Okay, remember the setting has to run up, let it come down. In other words, let it make its wave 1 of 3 up. Let it come down the wave of 2, okay, and then try to catch it towards the ends of that wave of 2. Wave of 2 is a corrective wave. It's going to take some sort of a formation of an ABC or an ABCDE, and you try to catch the end of it, okay? So then you can ride the beginning of the 3rd wave, the 4th wave, and the 5th wave, all of the larger 3rd wave that's coming up, okay? Hope that makes sense. Next. On the bearish side, well, what are we thinking about on the bearish side? On the bearish side, I would like the market to get down below this 8,333, all right? But my stops wouldn't necessarily be this high right here, because the reason why is because I think that we have, if we break below this 8,333, then we don't need to have our stops up so high. Reason why is because we've tested these highs so much. Right, we've exhausted. I'm saying in the event the market comes down, we've exhausted the possibility of breaking above this right now, and that the bears are then going to take over. The bulls are going to run away, and we're going to fall down. So I would look to see some sort of break of this 8,333. You can go a little bit lower if you want. These 8,243. Okay, and I would try to catch it. I would try to catch it down from there. My stop loss would be somewhere around here in the middle, about 8,460. Now again, this is for me, guys. This is not for you. Okay, I'm showing you how I trade. Okay, you have to do your own homework, and you have to go ahead and figure out how the way you trade. All right. So a potential area for us to go ahead and stop off on the downside, if we're going to go ahead and short, is there would be this 200 moving average. Okay, this is on a 30-minute basis. All right, if we look at it on an hourly basis, okay, we no longer have that we have the 55 EMA. Okay, we have the 55 EMA right here. So the 55 EMA and this 8,333 are basically in the same spot. So what you could do, one option you could possibly do is look at it to break on a 1 hour basis, right? Which is a stronger basis, right? Because it's a larger time frame. You then go ahead and try to take your profits on a 30-minute basis somewhere around this 200 moving average. That's one way to go ahead and do it, kind of conservative. Another way to go about doing it, saying that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here, is you then just go ahead, you take your Fibonacci retracement level, and I'm going to measure it like this for right now. Okay, you can also measure to the bottom of this right here too, but I'm just doing it right like this. You could look at the 0.618. 0.618 is about 7,856. All right, that's an easy one. You can look at the 50% retracement, which is somewhere around 8,020, which is right around our 4-hour resistance of 8,009, right? So there's several places in which you can go ahead and start taking some profit, or all the profit for that matter. Okay, it's just really up to you and how you want to go ahead and trade the whole thing. Try to think if there's anything else I really wanted to go over right now, but yeah, I mean, on the 30-minute basis, we have this divergence here of the RSI. Okay, 1 hour, we have same thing. 2 hour, it's kind of going flat to sideways, flat to down, right? The RSI. 3 hours, kind of the same thing. 4 hours, kind of the same thing. 6 hours, that's going up. Let's just take a look at the daily. Daily's going up too. All right, on a daily basis, our daily resistance is staying the same way. It's not really changing. All right, where are we here? We have the 55 EMA. We have the 200 moving average right here. So we're well below all of this, right? We're still well below all of this. But this is, this started looking very bullish. But then we basically, this right here, now we have a lot left time left in the day for this candle to kind of do all sorts of different things. But right now it doesn't look all that bullish. Looks like the market's taking a major pause. All right. So I think we're going to leave it here for right now. Nothing too much to say without really making things much larger. But there is a bearish count here where we can have a larger ABC coming down. Remember, we did mention that there's the fact of there being a WXYXZ count, and if that's the case, this is just a small motive wave up that's going to get broken, and then we would have another 5 waves down. Okay, I'm not trying to spread FUD. I think somebody commented the other day. I try to get to the comments, but it's very difficult sometimes. Instead of calling us Hashware Hub, they called us Hashware FUD. I thought that was pretty good. I'm thinking that was a joke, but we don't try to. I'm not trying to spread FUD at the very least. I am a big believer of obviously of this technology. I just want you guys to see both ends of it. I mean, man, I'm so much of a believer of this technology. I'm surprised how little of our YouTube subscribers have actually gone to DTube and Steam it and subscribed. I mean, I think we've got about 1.5%. I mean, like, come on, guys. If you guys are really into crypto, if you're a crypto enthusiast, you all should be signing up for DTube and Steam it. What leads me to believe is that many of the subscribers, many of the people that are on YouTube are not really believers into the technology. All they want to do is they want to go ahead and they think they can get rich quick by picking a good coin, what they consider a good coin, and move from there. Those times are over, guys. So kind of a small litmus test of the amount of subscribers that have actually subscribed to DTube and Steam it with respect to what we have on YouTube. It's only about 1.5%. It's a paltry number. It is a small number. And guys, we're not making money on there. We make like maybe a few fractions of a cent, maybe a video, and every once in a while somebody very kind comes in and maybe will give us like $10, and that happens once in a blue moon. We're very, very appreciative for that. You know, it's not the money, it's just the fact that somebody, it's not the money, it's the fact that somebody is actually valuing the work that we're putting in. So anyway, with that said, have a great day, have a happy trading.